Welcome back to Terphouse Weekly. I am James Lynch, and today is August 13th, and we got to talk about a lot of things because last week Team Terphouse hit it out of the park. Of course, last Tuesday, Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series, Devante Smith, Kincaid getting a first-round finish and impressed a lot of people, including UFC President Dana White, who handed Devante a UFC contract. And we caught up with Devante this past weekend to talk about the win and earning a UFC contract. And Devante, just really a personable guy that I think a lot of people in the UFC are going to be having to keep an eye on. And of course, in the world of kickboxing, Glory 56 went down in Denver, and we had two Team Terphouse fighters getting in the win column. Of course, Myron Dennis and Chris Camozzi, both getting TKO finishes, so congrats to both of those gentlemen. And this week, we're keeping things rolling. Big card coming up here, Bellator 204 in Sioux Falls. We've got AJ Matthews and Darrion Caldwell both competing on that card. Caldwell stepping up to featherweight for this fight. Of course, he is the bantamweight champion. He's coming in on a 3-fight win streak, taking on UFC veteran Noah Lahat. And Caldwell, talk to us. If you watch the interview here on our YouTube channel, Caldwell wants to be a 2-division champion, so the first step towards that takes place coming up here at Bellator 204. And AJ Matthews, we also caught up with. If you check on our YouTube channel, you can watch the interview there. But Matthews facing a really tough test in Logan Storley, the undefeated wrestling prospect, looking great so far in Bellator. But Matthews looks to stop that the same way he did in his last fight, where he got that huge win over Kendall Grove. If you remember, he got a split decision in that one. So Matthews dropping back down to welterweight for this fight, and we're really in store for an exciting matchup. And next week, we actually don't have any fighters competing, but we got a bunch of new matchups announced. We'll get to those next week. But in the meantime, enjoy the fights this weekend. And as always, check out Terphouse for all your CBD oil needs. Of course, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, everywhere else. And of course, our YouTube channel, youtube.com/theterphouse. I'm James Lynch, and I'll see you next week.